Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of Once a Runner, a novel by John L. Parker, Jr., narrated by Patrick Lawler. This book is for Jack Batchelor and Frank Shorter, old friends, great runners, in fond remembrance, fellows, of many trials and many miles. How did I know you ran the mile in 4:30 in high school? That's easy. Everyone ran the mile in 4:30 in high school. Frank Shorter, out running somewhere, circa 1969. Once a Runner. 1. Once. The night joggers were out as usual. The young man could see dim figures on the track, even in this pale light, slowly pounding round and round the most infinite of footpaths. There would be, he knew, plump, determined-looking women slogging along while fleshy knees quivered. They would occasionally brush damp hair fiercely from their eyes and dream of certain cruel and smiling MCs, bikinis, ribbon cuttings, and the like. And then, of course, tennis with white-toothed males, wild tangos in the moonlight. And men, too, of various ages and levels of dilapidation, perhaps also grinding out secret fantasies. Did they picture themselves a Peter Snell held back only by fat or fear as they turned their 90-second quarters? The young man stood outside the fence for a few moments while moths attacked the streetlight dustily, leaving him in a dim spotlight of swirling shadows. He loved early fall in Florida's panhandle. Leaves would be turning elsewhere, but here the hot breath of summer held forth. In the moist warmth there was a slight edge, though, a faint promise of cooler air hanging in the treetops and close to the Spanish moss. He picked up his small travel bag and went in the gate, walking clockwise on the track toward the white starting post at the head of the first turn. The joggers ignored the stranger in street clothes, and he likewise paid them no attention. They would always be there. The high jump pit had been rearranged, a new section of bleachers added, a water jump installed for the steeplechase. But mostly it looked the same as it did 4 years ago. The same as a 440-yard oval probably will always look to one who knows a quarter of a mile by the inches. The games were over for this time around. He knew quite well that for him they were over for good. 4 years is a very long time in some circles. In actual time, real-world time, as that of shopkeepers, insurance sellers, compounders of interest, and so on, it is perhaps not long at all. But in his own mind, time reposed in peculiar receptacles. To him, the passing of 1 minute took on all manner of rare meaning. A minute was 1/4 of a 4-minute mile, a coffee spoon of his days and ways. As with many of the others, he had no idea what he would be doing now that it was all over. It was such a demanding thing, so final, so cathartic, that most of them simply never thought beyond it. They were scattered around the world now, he supposed, doing pretty much what he was doing at this moment, thinking everything over, tallying gains and losses. He was going to have to pick up the thread of a normal life again, and although he did not exactly know why, he had to start by coming back here. Back to the greenhouse warmth of the panhandle, back to this very quarter-mile oval that still held his long-dried sweat, back to September, the month of promises. He put his bag down by the pole vault pit, looked up track to make sure no one was coming, and then walked up to the starting line. God, he thought, one more time on the line. In lane 1, he stood very still, looking down at his street shoes, joggers now going around him with curious glances, and tried to conjure up the feeling. After a moment, a trace of it came to him, and he knew that was all there would be. You can remember it, he told himself, but you cannot experience it again like this. You have to be satisfied with the shadow.